Email marketing for ecom still effective in 2024? The answer to this question depends entirely on your ecom brand. So before you get into email marketing, before you put all your eggs in that basket, pay people to create the emails for you, and really dedicate a lot of your time to it, watch this video because I'm going to tell you whether or not this is actually going to work for your specific ecom brand. My name's Skylar. I'm the founder of a retention agency called Influx Labs. And over the last couple of years, we've been able to generate over $500,000 for our e-commerce clients using email and SMS marketing. And I will admit, email agency owners like me will constantly tell you how powerful email and SMS is and how you're actively losing money if you don't have this set up. And while this is true, a list of thousands of warm leads that are waiting to be messaged at the click of a button is a super, super powerful tool that you can have. But what most email agencies won't tell you that we're going to go over today is that there are more important things for your ecom brand than email and SMS. It's kind of sacrilegious for me to even tell you guys that, but it's the truth. In fact, most email agencies, including our own, won't even work with you until you get to a certain point with your ecom brand where they know that email and SMS will actually be effective and worthwhile to actually, put into effect for your brand. So today is all about asking the question, is your ecom brand at a stage where email marketing and SMS marketing will actually be helpful for you and not just another thing on your plate, another expense to have? Is this actually going to fit? So let's examine what makes email marketing successful for real to see if it is a fit for your specific ecom brand. To understand what email marketing really is and its true purpose, you have to understand what it is not. So email marketing is not the following things. It is not, one, a customer acquisition channel. It isn't going to get you customers up front. Email marketing and SMS marketing is back-end marketing for retention, and it is not a lead generation system. It is not going to actively get you traffic and get people to your website. That's one thing to understand. Two, it is not a form of marketing that works independently, right? There are other factors that play into it that will determine whether or not email and SMS is actually successful for you. If you didn't set up any paid ads or anything else to actually drive traffic to your website, your email marketing is just not going to work because there isn't going to be anyone on your list. Three, email marketing is not a channel for sending strictly ads and promotions. Ecom brands that just send advertisements, they fail. The people on their list do not want to just get inundated with a bunch of ads on a daily basis and people stop checking for the emails. So it is not strictly for ads and promotions. And finally, email marketing is not a magic tool for scaling your e-commerce brand. It is not going to fix everything, right? If your brand isn't successful already in a lot of ways, email marketing is just going to be another thing that you worked on that isn't successful. So those are some important things to keep in mind as we go through what actually makes email and SMS successful. Remember, if you had a misconception, if you thought any of these things were true, that is something important to get out of your head as we get into what email marketing is actually for. So if email marketing isn't for any of those things, what is the purpose of email and SMS marketing? The purpose of email and SMS marketing is that they are your main retention channels. It's as simple as that. Email and SMS marketing are tools that are used to engage with customers and potential customers to encourage them to remain loyal to your brand. All you're trying to do with these channels is lower your customer acquisition cost by increasing your customer lifetime value, right? You want to get people onto an email list and you want them to stay loyal fans of your brand without having to spend money every single time to acquire new customers. So that's the purpose. They are your main retention channels. So if that's the case, what are the factors that determine whether email marketing and SMS can effectively accomplish this task for your brand? What makes retention successful? Let's go over that. There are 5 factors that are more important for retention with your ecom brand than email and SMS are. And if you don't have all 5 of these, or at least most of these going for your brand, then the odds are, the email and SMS isn't going to do enough of the heavy lifting and isn't going to be able to generate real revenue for your brand. So going over those 5 more important factors, number 1 is product category. Do you have categories of products that are conducive to repeat purchasers? This would be, something like something that runs out. So like a perishable. If you're selling, body wash or soap or, food and beverage, things like this, then obviously these things run out and these people want to repeat purchase. Whereas if you are selling something like furniture or higher ticket items, a lot of times there isn't going to be a lot of repeat purchasers. So this is something that's missing, and it's going to be a lot harder to retain people and get them to continue purchasing if your product category isn't conducive to people buying more than once. That's number one. Number two is a super obvious one. It's product quality. Are you selling high quality products? If the answer to this question is no, then you have a lot bigger problems than email and SMS, and you need to focus on getting to a point where your product is high quality enough to where people are going to actually want to purchase it. Not only that, but they want to continue purchasing it. So that is number two. Number three is subscriptions. Do you guys have a good subscription program set up? For a lot of people, the answer to this is no, and that's okay. I'd say this is the least important out of these five, but still, this is very conducive to repeat purchasers because then someone can actually subscribe to a product. They'll have it shipped to them without having to, continually go and actively purchase again. And it kind of locks people in to purchasing, and so you can retain them a lot easier. So if you don't have a subscription program, if you have product categories and a brand that this would work for, I recommend getting one set up because it works really well for retention. Number four, sales. Are you guys running limited yet powerful promotions? So something that is super useful is if you are going to run, a couple promotions a month max. We want to limit it to this because when you continuously run sales, it obviously devalues your brand. People aren't going to purchase unless there's a discount, right? So every time you guys put something out, they're going to be like, hey, this is kind of interesting to me, but I'm going to wait because they're probably going to give it to me for a discount at a later date. So it really devalues your brand. It can also mess up your margins if you aren't careful, but running limited promotions are super helpful because then people are like, oh, this is something rare and unique. Let me go get the product that I want at a promo. So sales, very limited, but very important for retention. And number five in the five factors that are more important for retention than email and SMS is product releases. Are you consistently releasing new products, or at least consistently enough to keep things interesting, right? This is kind of, again, back to the product category factor. If you just get stale and have a couple of products, the odds are people aren't going to want to buy that same thing over and over and over again. So if you can release some new products, keep people interested, and give them something new to purchase, this is really going to help you out on the retention front. So those are five factors. But now getting a little deeper into that, when do people actually buy again, and why are these five things important? People buy again for two reasons. Number one, they buy again when they need their problem solved again. Right? They're thirsty again, they smell bad again, they ran out of supplements, whatever the case may be, that is the purpose for them purchasing again. So all of these things are a factor in that. The second reason is that the offer is too good to resist, right? That falls into the subscriptions or this sales factor. If the offer is too good to resist, there's a strong promotion, a new product release, a good subscription program, then these people are going to want to purchase again. So as often as you can have these two things happen and be there for them, that's how often you're going to retain customers and get them to purchase again, right? Email and SMS, its main purpose is just to keep your product top of mind until the customer is ready to buy again, right? So if you have all five of these factors set up, meaning if your product quality is great, the category is open to repeat purchasers, and you have strong email and SMS marketing as the cherry on top, then you will retain customers at a high lifetime value and a high profit margin over time. If you don't have these five factors, then email and SMS marketing is not going to save you. So before you start email marketing, make sure that you evaluate these things and you understand the reason people purchase again, and you understand how email and SMS helps that, but isn't the magic pill. A great example of a brand that it has all of those five factors nailed down, and because of that is able to use email and SMS successfully, is one of our clients, Juniper Ridge. They have high product quality, as you can see by this 5-star review, and they have hundreds of them. They have multiple categories, as you can see. They have bar soap, bath salts, incense, body wash, candles, tea, body oil, and even more than that. And all of these things are perishables, so they run out. They're very conducive to repeat purchasers because of that. And they also have a super solid subscription program. So they have this specific deal for people when they want to purchase something more than once. They can get a free shipping offer, and they can also choose how frequently they want the deliveries, and they get a nice little discount for doing that. So it makes people want to stay on for longer. They also run very limited promotions on their website and within their emails, and they do have relatively frequent product releases. So since this is the case, this brand can be super, super successful with email and SMS. If a few more of these things were missing, they would have much more trouble getting it to work to its full potential. So that's a great example. If your brand is similar to that, then I think email and SMS could work well for you. But there are a couple more things that I want to show you before you get started with email marketing, even if this is the case with your brand. So a little side note, if you're on a tight budget and you've been considering hiring someone to do email and SMS for you, I'd recommend allocating that money to the front end of your business first. So if you don't have paid ads that are set up, the success of your email and SMS marketing is directly correlated to the amount of traffic that comes to your website. So if not many people are visiting your website, then even less people are going to be signed up to your email list. So you're not going to be able to send, these people a ton of offers if there's a very limited amount of the list, right? It's going to get stale very fast. So on average, you'll probably convert about 4 to 6% of your website traffic onto your email list if you have good sign-up forms. I've seen as high as 8 to 10% with, great sign-up forms and offers. But generally, you're only going to get about 4 to 6% of your website traffic onto your email list. So if you don't have a lot of website traffic, you can imagine how limited on a monthly basis the amount of new customers coming into your email list will actually be. So if you're on a tight budget, you're thinking about doing email marketing, but you don't have a lot of website traffic, spend the money on the website traffic first, because it's going to make your email and SMS marketing all that more effective once you actually are in a position where you can set it up. So this could be Facebook, Instagram, Google, organic traffic, TikTok, get creative. As long as you're getting a consistent flow of people to your website on a monthly basis, this is going to help the effectiveness of your email marketing so much more when you actually get around to doing it. So yeah, that's the honest truth about the effectiveness of email and SMS marketing in 2024, coming from an email marketer who, is selling email marketing on a daily basis. So obviously I want brands to need this, but there are too many that are being pitched email marketing that think that they need it when they really haven't set up the prerequisites to actually make it successful. So if you guys want to keep this document so that you can actually reference it when you are making your decision on whether or not you want to start email marketing, what I'm going to do is put a link in the description to my newsletter. All you have to do is click through and sign up to it, and you will get this document along with a whole bunch of other email marketing content on a weekly basis. And if you are an ecom brand who checks all of these boxes that we went over, if you have all these 5 factors nailed down and you do have, a lot of website traffic, and you think email marketing will be successful for you, I'm going to leave a link in the description to our website where you can actually go through, book a call, and we can have a chat about a specific email and SMS marketing plan, maybe give you a free audit on your specific email service provider, and get you on your way with email and SMS marketing. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one.